Hello. In 2019, that is last year in Sydney, when I was looking for accommodation, female shared accommodation, I came across a previous year acquaintance in one. And I was very happy to learn that the woman whose story I'm going to narrate had gone to New Zealand to get married. Very happy for her. So it happened in 2018. I was offered a business training coordinator job in Sydney by a college, accredited course college, that I accepted. However, I missed the point that all they were interested in was my validation skill. So it was a short one. Anyways, that was my first experience of renting an international female shared accommodation in Sydney. I liked this master en suite instantly, and so I did not hesitate to pay the advance in rent and the rental bond immediately. I shared it with a young lady from China doing bachelor's in nursing, and the other spacious rooms were occupied by a gym-active young woman from Argentina and another working in construction. When I heard the South Americans start a conversation amongst themselves. So one of them had asked the other for her opinion. The other one was younger but maturer in that she was a mom and had a son and husband and dog and a mother-in-law back home. So what was she doing in Australia? If that is the question, it's the usual thing students do in Australia. They come here to earn dollars and turn their wishes into reality when they go back. Yes, isn't that sweet? And what did the singles do? Oh, look for a person to marry and settle down in Australia. I discovered it from 3 of my Asian classmates back in 2014 when I was doing Diploma of Travel and Tourism. So one was from China, one from Hong Kong, and one, the timid one, was from Taiwan. Chinese was the most sophisticated one. Well educated, and yeah, she got married, yeah, with a Chinese over here, yeah. Then I understood why I was refused the student visa back in 2000, despite the fact that our MIT director had interviewed me in Lahore, Pakistan, and had recommended me for the student visa to the government of Australia, the immigration department. And according to my student visa, what was the outcome? I had been refused the MBA IT student visa on grounds that I wanted to come to Australia to get married. Isn't that funny? Well, it's been 10 years here in Australia, and I haven't settled down career-wise or married. Anyway, here's the situation I advised on. A. What do you think, Mona? She addressed me. Other mature one said to her, to A, about me. She doesn't know anything. But I'm telling you, the right thing. Yes, it was coming from experience. Married people, especially who are parents, no matter how young, age-wise, they are mature than the bachelor's one. Yeah. Wait. A gestured to see. There is no harm in asking her opinion. So, Mona? Sorry, what was that? I asked. A told me that her boyfriend is calling her to New Zealand because of the big festival there. "How wonderful," said I, excited. "The man really loves you." She was not happy to hear my comment. She explained to me that it has been 2 years or so, and he always calls her on this New Year event in New Zealand, but when she asks him where the relationship was going, he just laughs the topic away. So that's why she was not very happy with the invitation. "Oh," said I. "I see that both of you are in different countries. So is it not romantic that he always thinks of you on those important occasions to him and wants you to be beside him so that you can enjoy it together?" "Oh, but he drinks beer so much with his friends and does not come home but after midnight." She was really annoyed and making the point as a very important thing for her. So I respected it. And I said, "Well, if he is going to get together with mates, that is what men do." So, I mean, this is their culture. This is what they do. "Why do men drink so much? And then they have no control over themselves? And they smell bad? Ugh. And they just think about themselves. They are selfish. And what's more, whenever I question him where the relationship is going, he just ignores my question and laughs it away. So he's always dodging the marriage question," she grumbled. I got serious because of her irritated expression. And I said, "You mean he invites you as if you are his mistress, just to sleep with him?" "No, it's not that," she said. I smiled. "Well, at the moment, he is bachelor. So he will live like a bachelor? Yes? But once he gets married to you, I'm sure he'll settle down because you are so important to him. Yeah, that's why he is always inviting you to the important events for him, and he wants you to be right beside him. So I'm sure he will change after marriage," I assured her. "How can it be when he's not willing to change now, when he's not cooperating with me?" said he. "That is why I left my husband, and I told his mom to let me know when he learns how to be a good husband," said C. And I was really surprised that C said that. So I confirmed by asking her, "You told his mother?" "Yes," she said with a smile. "My mother-in-law and I are very good friends," she told me. "She takes care of my son and my dog too. But I told my dad and my husband's mother that I am not coming back until her son changes and becomes a good man. Yes, I am here to save some money for my dad's workshop and for my son and myself," she concluded, quite determined, and a determined woman she was, ready to get whatever she wanted, no matter how. That's very thoughtful of you, said I. I was really filled with respect for her because she had sacrificed to come all the way to Australia to earn money and take it back to make her and her family members' life better. Something that Islam associates with man, and this is why Islam supersedes Christianity. Because in Islam, it's a man's responsibility to take care of women and elderly in his family. Yeah, children must take care of their elderly parents as they took care of them when they were under puberty or until independent. I felt lucky to be born a Muslim. It does not mean that I don't have to work. It is good to work, to be considered useful, but there is no compulsion on women, unless there is no man in the family, no fit and able man in the family. Yes. So a woman can earn if required, if needed, and spend as she pleases. But a man must earn and provide for his family and very old parents. Well, I don't want to live in New Zealand, said A. It was all about her, and she felt left out as I and C started to converse amongst ourselves. So we got back to A. Then she added, and he cannot come to Australia. C was surprised to hear why he cannot come to Australia. Because New Zealanders are almost like citizens in Australia. And perhaps vice versa too. So she asked, A, why? Why can't he come over to Australia? He's a bikie. And yes, there is a law about bikies in Australia. So, is it? I just wanted to make sure. I asked her, so is it you don't want to go to New Zealand because you don't have enough money? I knew that she wasn't working, but that she was going to gym. No, he pays for my return airfare, said he. Oh, that's nice. And what about the stay? Do you pay for your stay there? I asked her. At his parents', she told me. How nice! So you've met his parents, said I to her. I somehow felt that she was just being impatient, but let's see how story goes. Yes, I have, she said. He lives with his parents. I've met them. His parents are very nice. Why don't you go this time and talk to him face to face when you are both together without any distraction? And if he still does not commit to marriage, you can also talk to his parents about it, especially about your fear of him being a drunk forever, said I. Suggested I. They know. They are nice, she told me. They also say he will change when you become his wife, she added. But I don't want to go as he and I have not come to an understanding. Did you tell him that? I questioned her. She was irritated. She replied that she didn't like his beer drinking habit and hanging around with friends all the time. I am telling you, you have to tell him straight and leave him, said C. She nodded to what C said. However, she was still not smiling. There was something in her mind. And so I asked her one more time, how much do you love him? She looked startled. What do you mean? She asked me. I think she got puzzled with this question that I would ask her. But I just wanted to know to what lengths she was willing to go. She is asking how much you love him. So tell her, said C. And then she gave her example. I know what to do with my man, so I did. And I know that I have given a warning that either he gets a good man, leave his bad habits, or else I am leaving him. She was silent for a moment, and then she said, I like him quietly, but I don't want to leave Australia. And then she looked up at us. So I said to her, from this conversation that we have just had, I know that he has not forgotten you because he cares to call you for all important public events so that you are beside him in public. Everyone knows you. Yeah, as his steady girl. And that is possible, that he's not yet ready for marriage. But he has not even denied it. So he may surprise you that he's ready one day. That you have met his parents. Another positive thing about him, you've stayed at his family house too. So all of these things are pointing to the fact that you are more than a friend to him. But if you like him, then he's a friend to you. So why wouldn't you go there? Because he's paying for your airfare and for your stay. I mean, he's arranging everything for you. So why wouldn't you? I would say just give him one last try, so that you are certain that he is not at all interested in marriage. Because there is no point, if you don't want to live in New Zealand and don't like his drunk habits, to continue a relationship. But be clear about it. Both of you have to be clear. What is it that both of you want, and how would you like to proceed in future? She let out a long breath, but she did not say anything. She was just contemplating and not sort of digesting it, and was still reluctant to go overseas. Okay then, said I, concluding. Find a man here in Australia to marry before he pays for your airfare, as usual. You have a few months. Yes? It was then that I saw a sparkle in her eyes when she mentioned that she has someone in mind here in Australia. Hey, you never told me that, said, complained C to A. She chuckled and gave a sheepish smile and said that she's actually unsure about his feelings for her. What does he do? Asked C. He's a gym instructor. He owns the gym too. replied. Men only or mix? I asked. Ladies, she chuckled. Well, that's how I met him, and giggled. I could tell that she was more interested in the gym instructor than his boyfriend overseas, and that she would want him to marry her. So I just had one reservation because he was a ladies' gym instructor. So I cautioned her and said to her, do you think that a man who is seeing a woman every day as an instructor will be interested in settling down with one? I don't know why, but the situation reminded me of the song Mambo Number 5. Well, yes, I know he looks at me and how he takes interest in me, but I am unsure about marriage. Okay then, said I. You have nothing to lose. You have time. Go there to that gym instructor once a week or twice. You know best. What time, how much frequently. Meet him and see his attitude. But you need to distinguish between the treatment he will give you as a returning customer, like he would to any other woman in his gym, or that of someone special. It could be in gym or outside gym. But you need to make sure before you make any mistake. Yeah? She was all smiles. She agreed. Situation changed and I decided to return to Melbourne, and we were not in touch again because I was not planning to go back and rent the same accommodation, although they were all waiting for me to come back. So we just stopped communicating. But last year, when I suddenly met one of those acquaintances, because I had just met her on this farewell dinner that we were giving to one of the mates. I just met her then. When she told me, oh, A has gone overseas to get married, I was really happy.